Again, so let us create a new storyboard. So when we speak of a storyboard, I can click on the story here and you can select a new story. That is one way of doing so. And the second way of doing so is you come down over here at the bottom of the screen, and out here you can see that is the storyboard. So when you click on this, yeah, that's the story one that you see here. That's a storyboard. Fine. So what do you want to do here? Now, that's a caption. So what is this? You can add as many captions as you want in the story. That's one caption that is part of story one. If you add a blank, it's the second caption. It's the third caption. So what will happen is in one particular story, you can you can add as many as many captions as you want. So you can select this, then you select this, and then this third one. So what am I going to do here is I'm going to add a caption here. And then what? I'm adding a sheet here. So then for this particular caption, what do I have? So what is the story pertaining to this particular caption? Well, that's quarterly analysis of, so that is the quarterly analysis of Indian metro cities. Now, of course, we have dragged and dropped this sheet over here. That apart, if you want, you can also drag to add text over here. So let us add text here somewhere. So what do you want to add in this text? Based on the analysis, we are seeing that there is an increasing trend in the prices across all the sectors, right? That's what we are seeing. There's an increasing price trend across all the sectors. So I can write increasing price trend across all. That's what the font size is, 14 Tableau book size. That's a default font type. Click OK. So that is how you add, that is how you drag and add a text to the stated caption. Of course, we can reduce it or increase the size. And if you stretch it here a bit, yeah, that is how it will look like. And then there is a size for the story that you want to have. If you want, you can increase your story size. This is the fixed size. If you want to make it automatic, you can make it automatic. So it is adjusting itself. It's automatic. You can adjust the story related features much more properly. The range you can add if you have any specific range in terms of width and height. Minimum size and maximum size you can add accordingly. This feature typically comes into the use when you are, designing it for a phone. So that is one thing. I click automatic. So these are the three captions, but for story one. So we have added only first caption. For the second caption, what more can we add? Bring it over here. And now what can we add here? Mumbai versus Bangalore. So I'm writing here Mumbai, Bangalore. Comparative quarterly price trends analysis. So why am I putting it only as Bombay and Bangalore? Because we have only Mumbai and Bangalore. These are the only two cities that we have covered here. When we come here, there were all the cities covered. At least how many? All the metro cities were covered here. Out here, we have covered only 2 metro cities. Let us do one thing. And there is a third caption here. So for the third caption, yes, out here, let us do one thing. Let us add one more worksheet here, which is for non-metros. And we'll just create something out of it. And then we can create a dashboard and then bring it over here in the storyboard. It's something that we missed out on though. So fine, let us add a worksheet quickly. I'm adding sheet number 3 here. And quarter in here. Jaipur, Kanpur, Kochi, Ahmedabad. Fine, so these are the 4 non-metro cities that I've selected. So I'm renaming this sheet here as what? Right click and renaming as non-metro cities. Now this change that we now this new sheet that we created, it will be reflected where? It will be reflected in both the dashboards. And dashboard 1, you can read here, that's a non-metro city. Yeah, non-metro cities, that is shown up over here. And in the quarterly analysis also out here that we are seeing, you can see it. No, not out here, sorry. Yeah, and in the story 1, you can see non-metro cities. It's automatically reflected. Now what I'll do is I just add non-metro cities out here, and that's it. That's what we have here. And what do we add here? The captions: studying trends in non-metro. So what trends? The housing price index trends. So that is how you create the 3 different captions. So currently this caption is active, and that's the reason this particular caption is active. If you click on this, this will show up, and this will show up over here. So whichever caption is active, whichever story caption is active, that particular will be dark here, and the remaining 2 will be in the lighter mode. Now here we can select, if you want to select all of them, you can select just the second quarter, first quarter. As you make the changes here, they'll be reflected over here. And why is that in particular? Because these are part of the worksheet that we have created. The filters are very much here, as you can see. We have added the filters, right? So any changes that we'll be making here, they'll be reflected in the, not here, where was it? Yeah, in the story. And this is what this is. Yeah, we'll move it over here. So these 3 are your worksheets, these 2 are your dashboards, and that is your storyboard. So I'll rename this as storyboard. And what is it? Price analysis, price trends across Indian cities. No typos, please. So now what more do I see here? That these 2 are left out. These 2, this one worksheet and this one dashboard is left out. So what I'll do is I'll create another storyboard. So I'm creating another storyboard by clicking here. And I'll have to add one more blank caption. So that's a blank caption that I've added here. And then I'm dragging this storyboard here for this caption. For this caption, I'm adding this quarterly analysis. And then you can add the caption. What is this? Metro cities price trends. What is this? That is for Bangalore. So this is how it shows over here. Different trends, different captions, and that's what we see here. And we'll rename this, of course, Metro cities price trends. So this is how your storyboard will look like, but it isn't finished yet. Okay, so just bear with me. There are 2-3 things that we need to study and understand. I click on story, I click on format, I can click on copy image, export image, clear it up. So let's select the format. When we select the format, you can conduct the shading, the formatting for the storyboards also as much as the same way that we did so in case of dashboards. We can also do the same for worksheets. That's not something that we've gone to, but from the worksheets perspective, it was important to understand the different panes. In case of storyboard and dashboards, the features for formatting are relatively simpler. In case of worksheet, the content is more. So when you work on any worksheet, where is it? Yeah, when you speak for worksheet, there are different pages, filters, marks. So these are the additional features that you have to work on in simultaneity. And then, of course, we have the font also. So anyway, let's come back here. Now you can choose and decide which kind of font do you want for this. If you want, you can add this, not font, the shading that you want. So I select this shading. So this is a shade that we get. If you wish to change it, you can also change it this one, or maybe this one. The title is what? If you want the title out here is in this format, Tableau regular. So if I come here, you can change this here from Tableau regular, any other button or even Times Roman. So this changed out here, as you can see it. The font has changed, and that's 18. Let us make it to what, 24. So the size is increased over here from the formatting perspective. Alignment is what, left aligned. Let us make it center aligned. So this comes over here in the center. Border, do we need a border? I'm not quite fond of it. Let's have a border here. The shading is what, 85%. If you want to make it high, you can make it 100%. So this will increase in terms of the shading percentage. So that is how you do the formatting of your storyboard. I'll close this window here. And let's again click on story. Now I'll click on copy the image. Copied it, but that's all right. You're already done. So let us export this image. So I'm saving this as what, storyboard Metro Cities price trends. I'm clicking save it. So let's come back here and right click. Oops, no, not that. That's a storyboard that we have exported. Now the problem here is we have got only the active storyboard. I mean, the active caption has only been exported. This caption we have not exported. So again, we have to come here. We have to select this, and then also then we can export this again. Export this image. Let's name it as caption 2. I'll come here and rename this as what, caption 1. Right, so this is the type of work that we will always have to do when we work as a data analyst, business analyst, particularly working on Tableau. So that is one thing. Of course, it isn't finished yet. Let's click on story again. You can clear this. If you click on this, then the entire storyboard will be clear. So clear it. So everything is gone. Is it gone? Yeah. So when you press Ctrl Z, of course, it all comes back. So I'm going to click on file and save this again. Save it. So that is done. Then yes, you can show the title, show back and forward buttons. That is what we have. Now out here, we have it as back and forward buttons. So these are the buttons that we see here. That's forward and that's the backward button. I click on layout here. It is telling us whether you want, what kind of navigator style do you want. Do you want the caption boxes out here? If you select this as numbers, there will be numbers here. So number 1 and number 2. It's dots. So that's dot number 1 and dot number 2. Arrows only, so it will show us like this in terms of arrows. We'll retain the caption boxes because in case of caption boxes, we're also providing a small description for the caption. So that's convenient as well. And one more. Right, so this is how you work with the storyboard. Let us save it again.